1989, when I just graduated from high school, and we seen that we didn't really have no career or no life, and we didn't really want to work at no jobs, no 9 to 5s. So we had a homeboy, white boy named Money B, and he was tight at making beats. So Warren G hooked me up with him, and Nate Dogg was hooked up with me, so we got us a smoker car. We drove over his house, and we put down a song we wrote called Long Beach is a Motherfucker. That's the first song that we actually ever put down on cassette. And once we put it on cassette, I had a copy, Nate had a copy, and Warren G had a copy. About a week and a half, 2 weeks later, 200, 300 people in the neighborhood coming up to us, different occasions. Man, that shit banging, man. That's kind of, well, y'all need to... And then it spread, and before you know it, we started selling them. $5 a tape. To get money is a small thing for me. To get money is a big thing for you. But you don't get it like I get it, cause your name ain't Snoop and you don't roll around in a 7-8 coupe.
In der Hip-Hop-Geschichte gab es nur wenige Künstler, die so beliebt sind wie der DOGG Snoop Dogg. Meines Wissens hat kein Act aus dem Hip-Hop es geschafft, über 3 Dekaden kontinuierlich mit Alben und Singles zu charten. Für mich persönlich einer der einflussreichsten Rapper überhaupt, hat der Künstler mit dem Legendenstatus immer noch kein Problem, große Hallen überall auf der Welt zu füllen. Ich wünsche euch allen viel Spaß bei meiner Dokumentation Dog of the Dogs, bei der mein Bruder Pheenix mich als Co-Sprecher unterstützt.
Money in the rain, we get money, money, money. Let me break it down for you one time. Green is for the money, green is for the bud, green is for the shit that I be doing in the club, green is for the people that be down with me, and green is for the motherfucking DPG. We get it all the time, never ever faking the fun. And the green is for the shit that I be putting in my blunt, and the green is for the motherfucker standing on the side when Snoop get a touchdown and scream out East Side. I roll, rock y'all.
Snoop Dogg ist schlicht und ergreifend ein Urgestein des West Coast Raps, einer der Schöpfer des G-Funks und Wegbereiter für Generationen von Rappern. Calvin Colosar Brothers Jr. wurde am 20.10.1971 in Long Beach, Kalifornien geboren. Wir wollen heute nicht seinen gesamten Lebensweg chronologisch dokumentieren, sondern auf einzelne Geschehnisse schauen, die sich in den 30 Jahren abspielten, in denen er bereits in der Musikindustrie erfolgreich ist. Snoop hat sich wie viele früh einer Gang angeschlossen. In seinem Fall den Rowdy 20 Crips aus der Eastside von Long Beach. Bis heute bekennt Snoop Dogg sich zu seiner Gang. 1993 war ein besonders schicksalreiches Jahr für Snoop Dogg. Zu dieser Zeit kannte man Snoop Dogg schon von Dr. Dre's Produktionen. Er war überall im Gespräch. Im Underground, auf der Straße, in der Musikindustrie. Doch 1993, als Snoop Dogg kurz vor dem großen internationalen Durchbruch stand, hatte das Schicksal etwas anderes mit ihm vor. Und das, was das Schicksal mit ihm vorhatte, sollten die nächsten 3 Jahre seines Weges bestimmen. In den 3 Jahren, als er ein weltweiter Superstar wurde. Snoop Dogg wurde stetig von diesem Schicksalsschlag begleitet, bis er endlich Erlösung fand.
Late for praying, hold up, her voice spoke to me and it slowly started saying, bring your lifestyle to me, I'll make it better. How long will I live? Eternal life and forever. Or will I be the G that I was? I'll make your life better than you can imagine or even dream of. So relax your soul, let me take control. Close your eyes, my son. My eyes are closed. Yeah, murder was the case that they gave me. Murder was the case that they gave me. I'm fresh about my coma.
1993 wurden Snoop Dogg und sein befreundeter Bodyguard McKinley Lee Jr. des Mordes beschuldigt. Die Behörden machten eine Gangsache aus dem Umstand, dass ein Mann durch die Waffe von Snoops Bodyguard zu Tode kam. Während er mit Dr. Dre und Daz Dillinger sein Debütalbum Doggy Style produzierte, war er mit seinem Bodyguard unterwegs und es kam zu einem Konflikt mit mehreren Männern. Wie der Bodyguard in einem Interview bei Camp Capone News äußerte, hatten Snoop und sein Bodyguard an diesem Tag schon mehrfach Ärger mit dieser Crew. Es kam zu einer Bedrohungssituation durch den Gangleader Philip Little Smooth Waldemariam. Snoops Bodyguard erschoss Waldemariam in Notwehr. Sowohl die Gangmember als auch Snoop und sein Bodyguard flüchteten vom Ort des Geschehens. Snoop wurde schnell ermittelt und des Mordes angeklagt. Er durfte zwar gegen Kaution auf freien Fuß bleiben, jedoch zog sich der Prozess 3 Jahre lang. In dieser Zeit erlangte Snoop Dogg weltweiten Ruhm, denn sein Debütalbum Doggy Style und die darauf befindlichen Singles erlangten Platin-Status. Heute zählt dieses Album zu den wichtigsten Meilensteinen des Hip-Hop.
Am 27.11.1995 begann der Prozess gegen Snoop Dogg und seinen Leibwächter wegen gemeinschaftlichen Mordes. Hierbei soll Snoop seinem Bodyguard einen Mordbefehl erteilt haben. Mehr als 2 Jahre musste Snoop auf seinen Prozess warten. Dies während er ein Megastar wurde. Die Anwälte der Angeklagten plädierten auf Notwehr. Das LAPD, die ermittelnde Behörde, stand massiv unter Druck. Denn bereits im O.J. Simpson-Fall agierte er schlampig. Schließlich wurden Snoop und sein Bodyguard freigesprochen und Snoop konnte sich voll auf seinen musikalischen und geschäftlichen Werdegang konzentrieren. Für ihn waren diese Jahre seines Durchbruchs auch die Jahre, in denen das Damoklesschwert des Mordprozesses über ihm hing. Was wirklich an diesem Tag vor sich ging, das wissen nur Snoop, sein Bodyguard und andere, die bei der Tat vor Ort waren.
Sein Werk ist gigantisch. Aus schwierigen Verhältnissen kommend musste Snoop früh lernen, sich auf der Straße durchzusetzen. Er entdeckte früh die Liebe Rap und es dauerte nicht lange, bis er mit Dr. Dre seine einzigartige Karriere begann.
You are charged as a special allegation in that count that you did personally use a firearm during the commission of that offense. Additionally, as to Mr. Lee, only you are charged that you discharged a firearm from a motor vehicle with the intent to cause serious bodily injury. As to defendant Brodus only, you are charged additionally in count 2.
As Calvin Brodus leaves the court where he has just appeared on murder charges, little kids clamor for his autograph. They know him as rapper Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I'm just an inspiration. You look to me as inspiration.
A chilling thought to critics of music rife with violence and to the family of the victim.
And now that his trial is over, he's finally able to speak his mind about the feelings and emotions he had during this long case.
Make sure y'all get my death row symbol. Symbolization of greatness. Yeah, pull yours out, DK. I couldn't wear it through court. I had to keep it up under my tie. Now court is over.
We, the jury in above entitled action, find the defendant, Calvin Brodus, not guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
I'm curious, what was going through your mind at the time that the jury was reading the verdict?
I left it in God's hand, Abby. That's why I looked so stone-faced. I didn't have no expressions, you know what I'm saying? It was all inner. I prayed on it. My family prayed on it. David Kenner, you know what I'm saying, put on the bomb case. Donald Ray, Marsha Morrissey, Paul Palladino, the whole dream team. They did what they were supposed to do, and they gave the baton to the jury, and I couldn't do nothing but just bank on them and worry about what the outcome was going to be, as far as to just sit there and hold my position and keep my head up high and just, you know, wait for the outcome.
Right. When you talk about the dream team, it's interesting because obviously after OJ, you know, the price of having a team like that is certainly not what the average person and certainly not what the average black American male can afford. Do you feel that there is a price on justice? Would you have gotten the same type of you know, defense team if you were not in the rap game like you are, making money like you are now? I
mean, only if David Kenner just would have had love for me on that level and just did it for me, just not for the paper, but just doing it for the love, because I know that's how he is about me.
Am 23.11.1993 erschien Doggy Style. Dieses Album, für mich persönlich ein All-Time-Klassiker, mit Features wie 213, eine legendäre Crew um Snoop Dogg und The Dog Pound, mit Hitsingles, die sich bis heute funktionieren. Das Album verkaufte sich über 12 Millionen Mal und zählt zu den einflussreichsten Werken des West Coast Gangster Raps. Nach seinem Freispruch veröffentlichte Snoop Dogg sein zweites Album The Godfather, welches ebenfalls Platin ging. Spätestens nach diesem Album war Snoop im Alter von 22 Jahren nicht nur ein weltweiter Superstar, sondern auch einer der einflussreichsten Rapper dieser Zeit, welche man heute die Golden Era nennt.
Über einen Zeitraum von 30 Jahren veröffentlicht Snoop Dogg mittlerweile Musik. Aus seinen nächsten Alben 1998, The Game is to be sold, not to be told und einige andere gingen Platin. Er erschuf unzählige Hits, hatte Features mit den wichtigsten Rappern seiner Zeit und auch mit Popstars. Kaum ein Rapper war so oft in den Album- oder Singlecharts wie Snoop Dogg. Er soll weit über 100 Millionen Tonträger verkauft haben. Aktuell ist er wieder mal auf Welttournee durch große Hallen. Zu seinen größten Hits zählen Who Am I, Gin and Juice, Snoop Dogg, Drop It Like It's Hot, Sexual Eruption, Young Wild and Free und viele andere. Hier sprechen wir von den Solo-Tracks. Seine Features wie mit Akon, Katy Perry, Jason Derulo und Psy oder 50 Cent, Mariah Carey und vielen anderen waren ebenfalls Welthits. Die Liste der Features ist gigantisch. Die Hits mit Snoop auf Dr. Dre's Projekten dürfen wir aber auf keinen Fall vergessen. Snoops Output ist insgesamt unvergleichlich. Wie wenige Rapper hat Snoop über einen so langen Zeitraum Hits geliefert. Zusammen mit den Long Beach-Rappern Nate Dogg und Warren G veröffentlichte er 2004 das Crew-Album 213, The Hard Way, ein Meilenstein des G-Funks. Neben seinem unermesslichen musikalischen Werk, welches eine eigene Dokumentation verdient hätte, zeichnet sich Snoop Dogg als exzellenter Geschäftsmann und Werbeträger aus. Außerdem produzierte er einen Pornofilm. Snoop hat eine riesige Legacy und ist nicht mehr wegzudenken aus dem Hip-Hop. Er hatte Weggefährten wie Tupac, Such 9 und ist ein Zeitzeuge der gesamten Death Row Records Zeit in der Golden Era. Das Label und alle Rechte hat Snoop zuletzt erworben. Für den Produzenten und die Redaktion dieser Doku ist DOGG eine Kultfigur und einer der Top 5 All-Time-Rapper. Trotz seines kriminellen Backgrounds und seiner Gangzugehörigkeit und diverser Skandale und Ermittlungen ist Snoop Dogg ein großer Wohltäter und in vielen Bereichen sozial engagiert.
Snoop Dogg hat sich die verschiedensten Images kreiert, so zum Beispiel der OG, der Pimp, und dabei gab es Auftritte, die unvergesslich geblieben sind. Snoop Dogg spielte mit seinen Images, beharrte auch immer darauf, dass er real ist und die entsprechende Credibility kam von der Straße zurück. In diesem Sinne ist Snoop Dogg wirklich ein real OG vom Allerfeinsten, wie es ihn wahrscheinlich in der Hip-Hop-Szene keinen zweiten gibt. Diese lebende Legende zeichnet sich besonders durch Entertainment-Qualitäten, ausgesprochen einzigartige Flows und große lyrische Begabung aus, aber auch eine riesige Musikalität. Snoop Dogg, einfach einmalig.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We know y'all East Coast. We know we at East Coast and out.
East Coast, West Coast. It don't bother me or affect me. I'm Snoop Dogg. I never had any beef with anybody from the East. My problems came, no, I can't even lie. I had a problem with Tim Dog once upon a time. But who is he? Where is he? Nobody checks for him no more, so that's dissolved. So I left all that beef thing behind me, you know what I'm saying? Once me and Dre, we sat down and we told ourselves that this record wasn't us no more. So we moved on and we gradually grew. I hooked up with Luke. I made, bonds with Luke. We shook hands. It was peace. And I made a record about him. He made a record about me. So we ended that and we showed that we were men. So I look at the East-West thing as not a Snoop Dogg problem. And it doesn't affect me, but yet and still it does affect me because I'm a West Coast pioneer and I'm in Death Row's family. And people like to say, well, Death Row and Bad Boy and Death Row. When I don't see no problems with nothing because I'm out here in New York right now. I haven't had a problem since I've been out here. It's been nothing but love. All the people, the public come up to me saying it ain't nothing but mad love. Even some of the street heads came up and said it ain't nothing but love. It's just a misunderstanding. And, it's just, brothers just need to talk. If it's a problem, we need to really sit down and talk and get an understanding with each other and stop being punks and hiding behind labels and hiding behind music and videos and just be a man about the situation. If I could make a record about Luke, and I never knew Luke, but I could when I meet this man and say, hey, look here, man, I apologize for what I did. Here go my hand. I didn't know what I was doing. I was foolish, but I'm a man coming at you saying I respect your work and what you do. He invites me out there, and we have a good time at his club as men. His security look out for me like I'm him. That's part of being a man. We should be able to travel and go make this money, man, because y'all don't know, as far as the people who keep pumping this East-West thing up, you brainwashing society, you brainwashing the young rappers. Young rappers from the East feel that they can't buy records from the West because it's disrespectful to their neighborhood or their boroughs or however they do it, and it's the same out where I'm from. West Coast rappers, we play East Coast rappers, we get them all on the radio, but they're timid now as far as actually going out and buying them and representing them and saying I'm down with this, because you got so many rappers making it not cool to represent this rapper from this other town. That's why I'm glad that, you know, a lot of the artists like the Lost Boys, they got with my cousin Daz and Corrupt. Dre got his thing going on with Nas, and you know, it's just a lot of things that's going down where people is making things happen and showing that this East-West thing is media. It's not individuals. And if it's personal, it needs to stay personal. And y'all need to deal with it and handle it if it's a problem, and handle it and keep it out of our faces so I won't be confronted with it, because I'm walking through New York right now like this.
Nach seiner legendären Ansage gegen die East Coast auf den Source Awards verging noch viel Zeit, bis der legendärste Beef der Hip-Hop-Geschichte ein Ende fand. East Coast versus West Coast. Snoop, damals ein loyaler Death Row Artist, disste hierbei regelmäßig hart. Leider hatte dieser tragische Konflikt einige Opfer gefordert. Wir wollen heute nicht tiefer auf diesen Beef und die damit verbundenen Umstände eingehen. Fest steht jedoch, dass Snoop Dogg in der legendärsten aller Hip-Hop-Epochen, der Golden Era, einer der maßgeblichsten Künstler war. Man kann davon ausgehen, dass Snoop Dogg so einige Geheimnisse in sich trägt und in vielen Dingen mehr Wahrheit kennt als all die Serien, Filme und Dokus über diese Zeit.
When I get back to the hotel from doing the interview with you, my uncle come upstairs and he say, Tupac is tripping. I'm like, what you mean? He said, he talked about you. I said, nah, you tripping. He ain't talking about me. He said, man, I just heard him. He down there talking about you. And he talking about going to the club and finding Biggie up. I'm like, what are you talking about? So now I get a call in my room, and it's Muta. Muta is one of the outlaws. He like, Pac wants some weed. I'm like, tell Pac to come get the weed. And hang up. Another phone call. It's Pac. What's up? Hey, Muta finna come get some weed for me. All right. That's all he say, right? So my uncle go to the club with him. I guess they played a Biggie record and he snatched the record off the turntable. He just was wilding out that night, acting a damn fool. He wanted to trip on me, but he couldn't. But his aggression was towards me. So because I said, I'm cool with Puffy and Biggie doing the interview with you. Tupac took it as if I wasn't down with him no more, as if I was side busted, as if I was scared. Death Row looked at me as like a traitor. The next day, actually, I had to fly back home.
The award for favorite rap hip-hop artist goes to... my man, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
What up, though? First of all, I'd like to thank God, you know what I'm saying, once again. And I want to thank all my peoples up top that made it possible, you know what I'm saying, staying down with me. And I got to thank my management, Sharitha Nightlife, you know what I'm saying. I got to thank Death Row, Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, all my homies from the DPG, Daz, Nate Dogg, Corrupt, you know what I'm saying, C-Style, Lil Style, all the rest of the homies that's DPG, Warren G, you know what I'm saying, everybody that's down with Long Beach and everything we move. God bless y'all. Peace.
This is dedicated to everybody that was down from day one. Welcome to Death Row. Switch.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
Wenn man diese Zeit miterlebt hat und an sie zurückdenkt, kommt man nicht an diesem besonderen Vibe der damaligen Zeit vorbei. Snoop Dogg gehörte nicht zu den Rappern, die sich ständig mit Beefs beschäftigen. Während seiner Laufbahn hat er sich lieber in verschiedenen Genres wie Gospel oder Reggae ausprobiert. Es gibt meinen Wissens nach auch nicht wirklich viele Diss-Tracks gegen ihn, außer diesen legendären Beef und einen harten Diss-Track von Eminem.
And seeing how your influences could, you know, make the difference in his life. You know what I'm saying? It helps me to pattern my rhymes in a better fashion. I'm not a part of Death Row no more. I'm on No Limit Records right now, getting ready to be on Doggy Style Records, my own label, and I'm looking towards the future. The past is the past, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got enough footage and enough information and documents to let people know what's happening with that. That's a part of my life that I really, you know, try to forget and try to move past, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you were in elementary school, you love to reminisce on it, but it's over with, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I know that shit already. Let's move on to algebra, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a new stage right now, new level of the game, and Death Row was fun while it lasted. It was what it was, but it was more negative than positive, and right now I'm surrounding myself with positivity, so whenever I speak on Death Row, it brings back bad vibes, and I don't really like dwelling on it. So because I said I'm cool with Puffy and Biggie doing the interview with you. Tupac took it as if I wasn't down with him no more, as if I was side busted, as if I was scared. Death Row looked at me as like a traitor. The next day, actually I had to fly back home from New York. And normally on a private plane, it'd be Pac, his security, me, my security, Suge, and a couple of his homies. This time I go to the airport, my security walking with me. Suge like, hold up, they can't roll. They gotta catch a regular flight. So now I'm like...
That's not a good sign.
Okay. First of all, Pac ain't said to me though, from that moment on.
But everybody else has security.
Yeah. I seen it happen. I know how to get down.
I was just gonna say, that's what my mind was wondering.
I know how to get down.
Yeah.
I'm not a stranger to danger. I know what it is. So now I get on the plane. So now I'm looking around. Pac right here, a couple other right here.
Wenn wir Snoop Dogg's Story ausführlich erzählen würden, würde das bedeuten, dass wir sehr viele Substories zu erzählen hätten. Heute ist das eher eine Gesamtschau, wir gehen nicht so sehr ins Detail. Die Geschichte von Snoop Dogg ist auch die Geschichte von dem Jungen aus den Hoods von Long Beach, der früh ein Crip wurde und früh sein musikalisches Talent und seinen Unterhaltungswert erkannte. Hier erzählt er von seinen Anfängen.
200, 300 people in the neighborhood coming up to us, different occasions. Man, that shit banging, man. That's kind of, well, y'all need to... And then it spread, and before you know it, we started selling them. $5 a tape. And we went back to money being made another song. Then we went to Long Beach on the east side to the VIP and started making songs with DJ Slice. He heard the song we had and he tightened it up a little bit, added a bigger beat, and we started making songs with him and LC, a producer that was from the west side. He started producing beats for me, and you know, me, him, and Warren G and Nate started making songs on cassette. Calvin from the VIP tried to take the cassettes to the labels. He don't have what it takes. That's when Quick was out. He's not DJ Quick, he doesn't have what it takes. He'll never make it. So I was like, all right, cool. So I did a song with a cat named Enough in a city called Carson. And did a song called Super Duper. And I had HD sing on it at first. So I brought it back, and Nate Dogg heard it, and Nate Dogg like, let me sing on it. So I let Nate Dogg sing on it. He laced it. It went from a song to a real record. Then I did another song called Gangsta's Life, and I had Nate Dogg just crooning in the background, and it was a real story I kicked like deep, real deep off of that LL Cool J Cars Ride By with the booming system, mixed with Hold On. So it was like a record that everybody on the streets could relate to, and it had a familiar beat. And when I did that, that was the one that Dr. Dre heard. Cause I was Snoop Doggy Dogg, and my style was imperative to everything that I was doing as far as my rap style, my look, my whole style in general. So it was dope because it gave you a X-rated feel, but at the same time it was just me in general. And it opened some criticism on how could he have an album cover that looks like this, and there's a woman bent over and it's referring to sex and the sexual content inside of it. It was just me being me being me, you know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to Richard Pryor records, Rudy Ray Moore, Red Fox, like finding old kind of records that my mom and them had up under the record player, listening to them and hearing all of that, you know, funny stuff that they were saying and, you know, implementing into my project.
Snoop Dogg ist einer der größten Künstler der Dekaden rund um das Millennium. Trotz einiger Skandale ist er überall auf der Welt beliebt. Sein Einfluss auf die Hip-Hop-Kultur, die Musikindustrie und auf viele andere Künstler ist nicht in Worte zu fassen. Er überlebte Biggie und Tupac, konnte sich von Chuck Knight lösen, ist Rapstar, Filmstar, Unternehmer, Werbeikone, Wohltäter und durch Entertainer. Hoffen wir, dass uns noch einige Werke schenkt. Seine legendären Auftritte, wie zuletzt beim Super Bowl-Finale, sind unerreichbar. Ich bedanke mich bei meinem Bruder Pheenix für die Co-Erzählerfunktion und bei der ganzen Zuhörerschaft. Bereits nächste Woche gibt es eine neue Doku von mir, etwas ganz Besonderes. Gemeinsam mit dem YouTuber 65 Phantom erzähle ich euch die gesamte Geschichte des Trills. Ich wünsche euch allen eine schöne Zeit. Bleibt real. In diesem Sinne, ciao, ciao, peace.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show.
The one and only DOGG. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.R.E. Yeah. Y'all know what this is. So can y'all make some noise for my man Snoop Dogg? Come on, louder, y'all, louder. Top dog, bottom all, yeah, I'm burning it up. DPGC, go ahead and turn it on up. CPT, LBC, yeah, we hook it back up. And when they bang this in the club, they beat you got to get up. Thug homies, drug homies, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, your life, boy, we giving it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show. Slip my girl up 44 and she crept in the back there with these chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this mother, just a swing in my hair. Trick, quit talking, quick walk if you down with the shit. Take a bullet for some and take this dope on this jet. Out of town, put it down for the father of rap. And if you happen to get cracked, shut your trap. Come back, get back, that's the part of success. If you believe in the ass, you'll be relieving your stress.